Hello my friends, we are going to get right into it in this video where I show you 3 cool chord replacements for some other chords that you just have to be getting tired of by now. But you know, as always, I can't stop myself from rolling this 4-second intro first. That's not so bad, right? Okay, so I have 16 measures of drums here that I programmed up in Easy Drummer, and I'm gonna play first over it with the boring old chords that you have to be tired of playing by now, and then we'll go back and do it again with the 3 cool chord replacements, and then we'll discuss it. Here's boring. Let's spice this one up now.
Oh, this is a little, bam, that's a little bam right there.
All right, so I've got my trusty Kiesel Aries custom ordered 6-string here. I love this thing, it's gorgeous. And we're gonna take the first chord replacement, which is just that basic type 2 chord you first learned, the one that kind of hurts your hand when you play it. And a lot of times people will just turn that into the power chord, maybe play it with their first and third or first and pinky. And I like it to be a little fuller than that, and I got in the habit of playing it a different way because it just was more comfortable to put under my fingers, and I kind of discovered a chord voicing that I really liked, which is a sus9 chord voicing, and I'll put the chord chart up here. Over here? Here. It's gonna be over here. Anyway, you play the root, the 5th, and the octave, and then you just have the bar across the top 2 strings, and you end up with a sus9 chord, which when you play it even distorted, I'll turn up here a little bit, it's got a beautiful kind of chimey quality to it that I really like, and it sounds good like I did in that build-up there. That's a really nice chord replacement for the basic major or minor type 2 chord here, and it works on if you want to stay in key strictly, it works on every scale degree except for the 2nd and the 7th. So if I was in G major, I could play it on the 1st, I could have a G sus9, I could have an A sus9. The B doesn't work because you end up with a C sharp in there, which isn't in the key. So if you don't want to go out of key at all, you have to avoid that one. But then you're back to the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th, C, D, and E, and then of course the 7th is that naughty, naughty diminished chord. So anyway, that's my first chord replacement, and it sounds really good, distorted or clean. For the next one now, I was using a chord that I wanted to resolve back so I could get to a different note or a different chord home, if you would call it, because I was basically in E minor here with the C, D, and E that I was leading up to, but I wanted to get to B. So what I utilized was a typical trick where you play the 5th chord away from the chord you're on. So if I wanted to get to a B, I needed to do the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or if you're doing it as a major scale, it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's always there. I have the F sharp, and you play a dominant chord there, the dominant 7th chord, which very much leads back to the home. Even if you're doing it to a minor chord, it still kind of works. Now the problem with this is, could you sound any more 1968? So my chord replacement there for the dominant 7 chord is just to make it a dominant 7 sus4. Again, I'll put the chart up here. You just move your pinky up 1 fret. And I think it has just a slightly less tried and true kind of feel. It's a little bit more tense, and it's a little bit more interesting. And for the last one here, we take the basic type 1 bar chords that you can often play as power chords, or the major and minor, or just the power. And I'm playing them as majors and minors, but I'm eliminating the octaves. So for instance, in the B minor here, if you have the full octave, you can make that third, the minor or major third, stand out a little bit more and get a little bit more emotion and interest out of the chord if you play the root, the fifth, and the third and skip that octave there. So I tend to do this, or I always do this with my thumb. So I play the root note with my thumb, play the fifth with my third finger, and then it's either going to be the minor third on a G string or the major third. And I'll put the chord chart up here. And for the part that we did there, I had a minor, a major, A major, F sharp minor, and G major. I find that to be so much more compelling than the... And even if I do them as majors and minors full, it just sounds so much more emotional like this to me. This is a chord replacement I employed in a song that I have coming out soon too, called I'm a Fighter, and I'm going to play you just the chorus of that here so you can hear that same progression and use with vocals over it as well.
I'm a fighter, I'm a survivor, this is my empire, 'cause I'm a fighter.
This song comes out in a few months, and it's actually available now for all my Patreon members. So if you want to check it out and get access to all my stuff that's unreleased or not yet released, I'll put the Patreon link below and in the description and all that. And if you have any questions or comments on what he did today, any cool chord replacements of your own that you want to share, please share them in the comments below. And until next time, guys, keep making great music. What about me? I want to play something interesting. Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.